very, very busy winter. You know, we kicked off the programme for the new cars literally last knockings in November, so we went flat out literally for 4 months to the point where we went to press day, and we still had a lot to do even though we were at press day. So we had to come back, and we would have been flat out on parts and spares, and obviously the third car wasn't done, so we would have probably started the season with the old car. But lockdown suddenly came along halfway through press day. Mr. Gow summoned us all upstairs and told us the bad news, and obviously at that point it was at the end of April, and it went on to then June and so on. It's become what it's become now. Now it seems like things are opening up after June, but from our point of view, the British Touring Car Series, we start in August. And I have to say at this point, before we talk about other things, that Mr. Gow, Toker, have done an excellent job in pulling a calendar together of 9 events. We only lose 1 event. It's going to be busy, but with ITV coverage as well. So well done Toker, and I think all the teams appreciate the effort, because obviously without the race series and without going to racing, we haven't got a business. So we need to go racing. We're not doing as much as we normally do. We've been very careful how we spend our money. But we've been progressing, and I think from the point of view of lockdown, it has actually given Motorbase a bit of a leg up, because we've managed to complete our 3rd car nearly. When the boys come back fully, they will finish that job off. But fabrication, spares, bumper bars, all the things that you need lots of, are all nearly done. Anthony, the paint department's got a lot of stuff to paint when he comes back, because we've also now decided to treble our spares. Because we've got to be a rolling parts truck, quite frankly, because the back-to-back race meetings, the 13 weeks of madness that's coming, we've got to make sure we've got every eventuality covered. We'll be ready, but the life in lockdown itself has been strange, because, as I said earlier, going flat out to get ready for the season, then immediately stop, go home, put your workshop to bed, and then go home. It's a bit like Mickey Flanagan when he goes, we're going out. We went home. And for me, that was very difficult. I sat on the stairs and told everyone we've got to pack up, shut the doors and go. And literally for the first 6 weeks, there was no one in the building at all. Subcontractors, me, no one. I actually had a bit of COVID-19, I've experienced it. It's not nice, I don't want it again. And I don't want anybody else I know or anyone else I don't know to get it. So, because ultimately, this is what's affecting motorsport, this is what's affecting racing in Great Britain and our business. And I just want to go racing. I think it was the end of very last knockings of March. I didn't feel great, and things started happening. I won't go through all the details, because it started with a very unpleasant run of sitting on the toilet a lot, and then went to sort of loss of taste and smell, and then it got to chest, and it just gets horrible. And it was 4 weeks basically of stuff I never want to see or hear again. So from my point of view, I don't want to experience it ever again. I don't want to see anybody else experience it. So I fully understand what's going on with the precautions everywhere. I understand with Toker, with everything they're putting in place, the circuits. It's a changed world. We're not going to be the same again at a circuit. For me, it breaks my heart there be no spectators, without a doubt, because every British touring car team is full of showmen, without a doubt. Drivers, team owners, mechanics. It's a show. It's show business. It's not just a race series. It's great entertainment. It's great racing, and I think this year it's all set up for some really good racing. And at the moment, we're not getting to share that. So going to a race circuit and not letting people in, whilst I fully understand it, and I fully understand their frustrations, I hate the idea, but it's what it has to be at the moment. Fans and no fans, we'll be putting on the show. ITV4 do a fantastic job of getting the series out there, so from the way Toker are going to do it, the way ITV4 will interact with the teams, the way the teams will perform, it'll be the same show. And I think it might bring a bit more to television, because obviously you've had the scenario where everyone's been in lockdown, everyone's frustrated, everyone wants to go out, everyone wants to see some racing. I'm lucky I can go downstairs and look at the cars and see what I've got in the workshop. I can go and start my classic Mustang up and rev the nuts out of that for some noise and some smell. But if you're a petrol head, which we get a vast amount of petrol heads every round, and that's the great thing about British touring cars, is its following. You can't have that unless you can see us go out and perform. So make sure you follow us, all the teams. I think from that point of view, they'll still give good entertainment. The drivers will be the drivers. They're going to have to be a little bit careful with their cars, I really hope, because when you're like us, you're going to come out of Alton Park and go straight to Knock Hill, as a lot of the teams will. A little bit of preservation might be nice, but touring cars will be touring cars, and British touring cars will always be British touring cars. It's special.